Alright, survivors, welcome back to some more Kingdom Death Monster. This episode, we will be hunting a white lion. We are here, yes. White lion level 2 to farm specifically the, looking at some stuff here. Bull, strange caravan, we want to get some lion testes going. And we need 2 white lion white fur. If we can get that, the brawler armor is complete. So that's kind of the goal. Before we dive into that, we've got some settlement management stuff to take care of. We are building the weapon crafter down here with 3 bone and 1 hide, 1 endeavor. So 1 endeavor, 3 bone and a hide. That gives us the weapon crafter. And the weapon crafter will... For right now, it's just going to make us a scrap shield, which is like a new shield that we can use, because we can't make the Gorm shield over here again that we had before. And I do want to start training a shield user up. So the scrap shield costs 2 bone, 2 scrap, and 2 leather. So 2 leather, 2 scrap, 2 bone. Here's the scrap shield. And we've already added it over here. So I'll delete it from there. And that's not the endeavor. We'll talk about that in a minute. That was leather here, and we are making more leather with our endeavor, and so we're also making a leather bracer right now, leather hide. So that's this one here, and these are also leather then, because we can convert them into leather in the same action that we're doing here. So I put the hide down where we needed the leather for this turn, because all the hide we have this turn could be converted into leather. And then we're making 1 extra leather, an excess leather, so we have 2 leather left over, which may be enough for the next stage, who knows. That gives us a leather bracer. Again, it has already been added on the left. And in terms of other crafting, we are also getting the Hour's Ring. This is why we saved the Shimmering Halo from earlier. If we look at it down here, the Hour's Ring costs 1 Shimmering Halo and 5 organs, so 5 organs are deleted, and 1 Shimmering Halo for the Hour's Ring. And this is basically like a save game kind of thing. I think I talked about it earlier. During the Aftermath, if you died or ceased to exist, reset the campaign to the previous settlement phases to prepare departing survivor step, and archive the Hour's Ring. So we need to make a save game before we depart. Basically what we're doing right now, and I do have a save game for this moment here, of course. And then we need to save after we've done crafting and stuff. So the crafting is sort of locked in, but we're making one of these and editing to a character, and then that one it doesn't really do anything other than if we lose this specific character, but then we lose it and we can reset. So it is kind of like a save game thing. It's kind of fun that you build it in as a mechanic. And we're putting it on Troy for this episode, because I really want to keep him. This one goes up here. Then up here, we've got some endeavor to spend on various things. We had Faded Blow here on, I think it was on Ahsoka Tano. So we're making that into the sculpture fighting art with 1 endeavor. And then I think we'll try to learn it with someone. The Faded Blow is once per showdown. You can get 2 strength and a devastating 1, pointing at a hit location and saying, like, we want to make this one extra good. And I think that's really powerful. Also dealing an extra wound could be really, really powerful. So getting that on more people. Then I have 1 bed and 1 crimson candy. We have a ruptured muscle and a intracranial hemorrhage that we need to talk about. Down here, both ruptured muscle and intracranial hemorrhage on all my bitches who has the Twilight Sword and the Blue Lantern and the Dormant Twilight Code. This one isn't cursed, but 3 cursed items on this character. Kind of interesting. And they may have to skip the hunt, and then I will need to find someone else to go in the mission. But let's start with the ruptured muscle then on the bed. Deleting that endeavor, rolling 1d10 on a +4. We get rid of it. We did not get rid of it. So that is 1 insanity gained. There. Okay. I guess we will try for the same one then. There's no point in going over to the Crimson Candy. Go for the other. Well, which one is the worst of these 2? Oh, the one with the survival for sure. So is that the, oh, that's the intracranial hemorrhage. Okay, so we should go for that one. Over here, delete on the crimson candy. Just don't roll a 1. A 6 is a sugar crash. Skip the next hunt. So, yeah, and then they didn't get rid of the thing either. So you are not allowed to participate in this mission. I've been wondering if we can do this to make the cursed items locked. No, they don't stick. Okay. That was A and B there. Okay. So then I need to pause real quick and find another. Well, we can do the rest here. Sculpture, we will try to relearn the Fated Blow with... Who has low strength? +4, 3 with the... Nope. King Spear, 6 here. 9, 4 with Fist and Tooth, but +1 d10. I think we would try to relearn it with Ahsoka Tano. Oh, and I did think that if we didn't get to bring A and B, we would bring Atreyu. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, he has plenty of fighting arts. Okay. And the virus flower. Alright, I need to pause and make a new setup here, I think. Alright, that wasn't too hard. So I put in him, as I said, Atreyu, and we give him the scrap sword and the skull helm then, giving up the 6 head armor. And we made the 2 affixes in blue, so he's good to go with the scrap sword. Oh, he needs a red connection, never mind. Can we get a red connection? Dang it, no. He kind of needs to be over here by Ahsoka's spot. Let's try to switch them around. Atreyu, because then with the rawhide armor, he will get it. I'll pause again. Alright, I think I made it work. And I finished up setting up the tokens that I had already sort of started on. So we can see kind of what their stats will end up being at. This is for departures. And then, what more? Right, we wanted to give the Fated Blow to a person, because then we can better see here. I think Scrap Sword with 7 or Fist into the 4. Who would prefer the Fated Blow? I think just we'll give it to Fort Prefect. Who knows? He might need it later. So, oh no, Ballywhy. Yeah. Just roll for him. And he does not learn it with a 2. We need to roll in a 6+, so no one gains the Fated Blow. And then finally, we have the Scrap Scavenge down here, which if we can use this endeavor down the bottom, well, not this one, there, to roll 1d10, maybe gain some Broken Lantern resources, or gain Courage, which is always good. So we will go for Fort Prefect again, so he can maybe trigger the Courage. Okay, that was a weird roll, and we gain 1 Broken Lantern resource. All right, for that endeavor. And if we can do that enough, we can eventually, when we get the scrap smelting, we can smelt 3 iron or scrap into 1 iron, and then maybe eventually I can make the lantern armor. But if nothing else, then in the blacksmith over here, there's some pretty decent weaponry that we want to do eventually. So we do need more iron, and this is a decent way to just convert some endeavor into straight resources or 1 courage. You can also lose survival. Oh, he had no survival, so he would have died. Huh. If he had failed. Whoops. Okay, I'm supposed to select someone who has some survival, obviously. Whoopsie. Anyway, don't mind that. Everything's fine. We didn't do music endeavors, I think. No, and we were not allowed to. And then art would have been... Oh, we would have gotten +2 to the sculpture roll. But we did not roll 4 anyhow. So it didn't matter. The Acid Storm is out, and we didn't roll on any home. Oh, I do think we rolled on a home and we got 2 for the nightmares. So that means we can be kind and go and say, no, not Grandpa Borjosi. It was it Grandpa Borjosi? No, it's MB. Here. Had to get rid of ruptured muscles then and lose 1 insanity because you didn't gain that. Okay, nice. So yeah, we would have gotten +2 on the bed. So that did make sense. And then we didn't roll a 1, I'm sure. So we would have gotten 4+, meaning we could get rid of ruptured muscles and skip the next hunt anyway, which he was already doing. Good. And this was Ahsoka's spot. All right, a bit of setup, but then we're ready, I think. And I feel fairly confident against the lion. We have already beaten a level 2. I was debating the level 3, but I don't think it's viable. And we just need a bit of farming. So this is the farming episode, the first like real just farming, I think, episode we have. We will go on a hunt for the white lion. Level 2. We need to do some more departure bonuses before we go. 3 survival. And 2 survival for the Drydocanthus. And 2 more there, so he gets the full 1, 2, 3. No Drydocanthus. I don't think he gets to the 8. No. Okay, so then the sonorous lantern that we are not currently bringing is already looking better. Maybe we should think about getting it. He will go to 8 here. So we got 1 character with not full. Cannot gain insanity. So then 2 insanity for everyone. Not you, but everyone else. And more departure bonuses in here. 1 survival, already full. Movement there. Oh, we need to select some movement tokens for these guys here. 2 there, and 1, 2, 3 there. I've given you this strength, 1 strength for that and 1 for the rest fist. Makes sense to me, yeah. And the evasion, 1, 2, 3 evasion, seems about right. Any other departure bonuses here? 1 accuracy already given, yeah. Over here, 1 insanity. And insanity over here, but you cannot gain it. Okay, so there may be again a bad spot for Grandpa Bourgeoisie, but whatever. And then we are on the hunt. I think, we can put the herb gathering and mineral gathering here. No one has told me that I can't. So we will do that and go. Scratching grounds. Claw marks scar the ground. The survivors may choose to investigate. Each survivor that investigates gain +1 courage. We may suffer 1 event damage to the arm location if we fuck up, but otherwise we can gain a lion claw white lion resource. That is quite nice. So I will go for it. I guess. 30% chance, but we also gain courage. Does anyone not have armor? No. Yeah, everyone will go for it. Aim of gaining us some resources. Two damages, 1 for green and 1 for blue. For green then, from left to right as always, so 1 arm damage and... Oh, well, I'm not sure why I'm rolling, it's just arm damage. And they all gain a courage. Did anyone roll high? We got 110, so that is a white lion claw resource. I don't think they are taken from the deck, because they are not from that monster that we are fighting. That was red. 1 from the pool. Everyone gains 1 courage. Courage. Almost at the threshold there, and 1 there. All right, good. And the hunt revealer now is Troy Barnes. Lion in heat. Oh, the darkness is filled with unearthly screeching and yowling. Huddled together, the survivors close their eyes but cannot sleep. All survivors suffer 1 brain event damage. Okay. We could avoid that, but I'll just take it. It's fine. And 1. I mean, never getting insanity is gonna eventually fuck up Bourgeoisie. There's no helping it. Such is life and death in the World of Kingdom Death Monster. So here we get a random event. Next, the hunter reel is Atreyu at 37. So 37. Lost. The survivors are hopelessly lost in the unbroken darkness. Move the survivors 2 spaces back on the hunt board. 1, 2. I'm not sure what that means. I need to find out. Do we do the same events again? I need to find out. And the verdict from the internet is that you just get random hunt events on these spaces here. So we just do a random hunt event here, now with Bourgeoisie as the event wheeler at 39. On the next page then. Heavy mist. A heavy mist envelops the survivors, obscuring their lantern light. Roll 1d10. If the result is even, the survivors stumble in the right direction. If it is odd, they get turned around. Roll again on the hunt table before moving. Okay, so even or uneven. It is uneven, and then that meant it is odd, sorry. They could turn around, roll again. Okay. This is a 10 and a 6, so this is a 0 basically. And a 6, so 0, 6. Is it just 6? Yep. Faceless Statue. The survivors come upon a faceless statue holding a shining lantern. Basking in the warm light, the survivors are renewed. Each survivor roll gains 1 survival. Oh, if the settlement has sculpture, we do. The survivors deeply appreciate the artist's subtle craftsmanship. Each survivor rolls 1d10, gain that many survival, and +1 understanding. The survivor may rest here longer. If they do, each survivor heals all injury levels and lost armor points on 1 location. However, they lose track of their quarry. Move it 1 space away. Oh. If a survivor heals more than 5 lost armor points, they stare into the shining light for too long and gain random. Okay, if the survivors are insane, they cannot rest longer. They are not all. They are all insane. Doesn't really matter. We were not gonna rest, but we will do the 1 survival, and we can gain extra survival and +1 understanding. So basically, you get to go to max survival, and then everyone gains 1 in understanding, and then that's it, because he was the only one missing any survival. And that triggers understanding for us. 2 spaces, or 2 spots. So first Troy triggers insight. On a hunt phase. Oh, but you get extra to investigate. Nice. And a 7 is 3 survival and 3 insanity for Troy. Okay, not really useful. But you get the explore ability. And that's quite nice. That's not that one. Okay. Let me try that again. Explore. Here. And same for you then. And what do you get? Oh, the 8 is a permanent thing. Permanent accuracy. Nice. Very good. Oh, and very good for Atreyu. He needed a bit more accuracy, so perfect. And they get extra stuff to explore. We now move on. Ahsoka being the event revealer. We are over here then. 36. Didn't we just have that? On the trail. Oh, that was 37. The survivors rush forward, feeling their quarry close at hand. Skip the next hunt space. If this movement begins the showdown, the survivors ambush their quarry. If any survivor has noisy gear, the survivors do not ambush. Start the showdown. Okay, but we don't. We won't land on him, but we would skip this space there. So move over here. The lion's sculpture. Oh, and just for good measure, we are now on Troy Barnes. A crudely arranged effigy stands before the survivors, decorated with small metal trinkets, human fingers, and stuffed with dried tall grass. Their quarry's sculpture confounds the survivors. The survivors gaze at the arrangement, attempting to glean the substance of the white lion's bizarre and human intelligence. Each survivor gains +1 understanding and 1 insanity. And then we roll a random hunt event. So 1 more understanding. And I have glanced at the maximum one for understanding, and those are really good. So this is really great. More understanding for everyone. And 75. I don't believe we've had 75. Oops. Sounds great. Stumbling through the darkness, the event revealer crashes into the ground, crushing their lantern beneath them. The living light inside the lantern becomes agitated by the survivor's clumsiness and burns a piece of gear. The event revealer archives one gear of their choice from their gear grid. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, that'll be the monster grease, because that's the cheapest one to remake. Losing an invasion token. And then we get to the overwhelming darkness, which I don't like, but what can you do? We have courage here. 6 is a massive whale swims overhead. Your guts quiver with booming cries. You gain -1 evasion token after this event. All other survivors gain +1 survival. We have full survival, but -1 evasion token is not fun. The next in the we don't know what path you are on. You have 3 courage, so it will be courage path. It is the path of the brave. Is by far my preferred one. Eventually, we also gotta hit the leader fighting out. You would think. -1 accuracy token, not great. Then Troy Barnes, also courage. 5 is -1 evasion. Crap. And the final one, not enough courage, but enough to go on the insane path, which I believe is better than the doomed path. Over here, there is a chance of instant death, 1 through 3. Oh, hold on, stop. This one is 30% chance of spend all your survival, at least 1. I see. Or here, spend all your survivors, at least 1 to not die. -3 luck tokens for the duration of the showdown. Sheesh. No, I think Path of the Doom is better. Yeah. I always thought insane would be better. Oh, but we have to go on this one if we are insane. So this applies whichever one it is, but I believe he is insane, so he has to go on that one. Yeah, right. He can't choose. So 6 is a huge eye stares at you from the darkness. It scares you sane. Set your insanity to 1. Oh, and gain the post-traumatic stress disorder. Oh no. Wow. It scares you sane. Post-traumatic. We've had that one before. Next settlement phase, you do not contribute or participate in any endeavors. Skip the next hunt to recover. Well, life sucks sometimes. This was Atreyu as the monster, or the event reveal, by the way. We will do mineral gathering first. Rolling 1d10. Let's get to the caves. No. 2 is gain 1 insanity and the hemophobia disorder. Now we get to lose a disorder of our choice. We will gain rid of indecision. And then we have to gain a new one, I think. Hemophobia. Oh, that's not you. Oh, he had indecision. It has to be the one with the pickaxe, obviously. So it is over here. You already have hemophobia, so then you can't gain it again. And was it 1 insanity as well? So he cannot gain insanity. Yeah. No luck from the mineral gathering. Then herb. We gotta do the whole thing with rolling. So let's do 5 first. Go big or go home. There are doubles, so we get nothing. Then we will do 4. There are doubles, so we will get nothing. Then we will do 3. Now we only have 2 rows remaining. We just got to get a little. No doubles, so 13. So that's 23 total. We are in this area here. We can try to get to the next tier. With 23, we need 22, so fairly high. Let's go for 5 again. Oh, I think we got it, because this is 10, 20, 28, 30, 28, 34, plus the 23 is not 75, but it is in this range. 23 with 34. No, it's not 75. So it is 2 thresh acanthus. If the settlement has cooking, gain 1 random vermin. All survivors gain 3 survival. No. But we get 2 thresh acanthus, which is always nice. We can take them from over here, I think. For the one, doesn't matter who, I guess. So let's give it to those that are already somewhat wounded. They and have fairly low stats. Good. Mineral gathering done. Oh, sorry, herb gathering done. Then we are in the showdown. We can do clean up the hunt. Do showdown. White line level 2. And then it begins. It has cunning. We got the giant stone face and an acanthus plant, so we gain more acanthus. 4 total. 1 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I would say something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. The stone face has to be set up 5 spaces from all board edges. So like, not here, but there. And we might want to get the bow up on that, but the bow is not the primary weapon of Ahsoka. It's more like a backup. We bring it because it's a nice backup weapon. Especially when we have the mastery locked down. We have it there. Makes it a fairly decent backup weapon, I would say. Sword is not mastery. The axe is. Alright. Anything else to note? Place the survivors in the blue zone. We do not get to look at any cards or anything. We lost a card here. Dang it. Or a gear. Ooh, tall grasses. Oh. Shuffle these just in case. And then we are ready to go. I need to take a quick break to drink some water. And I return this thing here, the darkness awareness. Follows you around, I think it is. It's not you. No disorders on Ahsoka, can you believe it? In fact, no black cards at all. Very nice for her. Alright. Who? Evade 3 is our highest this time. We did not get lucky with those tokens in the hunt phase here. So our best tank, I believe, is Grandpa Boy Joycey here. The shield also gives 1 extra to all hit locations, by the way, so that's quite nice. We will want him, her, it to be the first target here, if we can get away with that. And we want to be standing in the tall grass as soon as we can. Oh, we do arrival bonuses, plus level survival. No one needs survival, but we do get some other arrival bonuses. The acanthus plant, of course, but then, oh yeah, the drum gives us insanity, so those that can get it. There. I feel like there was another thing. Right, the tactics. Always exciting to see what we get here. Make or break the fight. We got the confounding formation, which is a bad one, and here the block formation. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay, we might be able to pull that one off. Very good. Of course, the cunning guy is gonna abduct a guy every turn, so we're not gonna be able to continually do it, and it has so much movement. It's so annoying. Okay, and it will begin the fight. Just wondering if I am looking anything. I feel like there was something. Well, first of all, we've got to remember that the prima donna here, Joycey, always wants to go first. I don't see anything else. Okay, so white line, go for it. Let me give it a shuffle again here. There. Claw. Closest threat facing in range. So closest threat, they are all equally close. They should be. So facing in range. We get to choose, is what that means. And it's not that bad of an attack. He has +1 speed and damage, of course. He goes for Grandpa Bourgeoisie with 1 evade, so hitting on 3s with speed 3. Hitting 3 times. That's a reroll right there. Head, legs, and feet. And you are allowed to spend survival, so I don't see why we wouldn't pull off a dodge here. Head has plenty armor, waist has fairly good armor, so we'll dodge the one in the legs. Alright. I'll take back the one about the head, because that is the worst location to be hit in, so let's keep that one fresh for as long as we can. And that was him. But then he does grab. At the end of each of the monster's turn, the monster extends its claws. We can interrupt before then. Right at the end of the claw thing. I think so. We can interrupt here with a claw and do a surge attack with Grandpa Bourgeoisie. Let's do it for survival. Battle UI. Oh, he wants to hit with his shield if we can get away with it. So, bone pickaxe, no. Scrap shield. Hitting on 6s, wounding on 2s. It is a fairly decent weapon. I will do it. There's an 8, so that is a hit. And the beast's femur. The blow lands on the monster's leg. Alright, it's just a normal hit location. 5 is a wound. Good. Then he will still be grabbed. And that's fine. So let's see, it moves directly away from all threats. So target suffers grab. Place target knocked down in front of the monster. Suffers 1 damage per monster level. Up here. There. 2 damage to the arms. Alright. Oh, we could have known that that would happen and started with our group up here. Now we can only get to him with a few of our characters. Well, we'll get to him with who can do it. Whoever can do it. So, of course, Atreyu would like to go first. Troy can't attack from a blind spot because he's honorable. Anything to note here? No. Oh, there is something to note. 7 for crits here, but Troy has the really, really good ability. It's tricky. I also want to be in the tall grass, but we can't make it in there. So, No, I'll go with Atreyu and attack in the blind spot. He was here. Go to the blind spot and attempt. So with scrap sword, hitting on 2s. Fairly good odds. And that is a perfect hit. So that means extra strength. Hitting, also wounding on 2s then. Alright, and less movement for him would be really nice, and lower accuracy would also be great. Failure, basic attack action targeting the attacker, and this one it moves forward, damaging bourgeoisie. I think I would prefer this one over here. Oh, we would ignore the effects of grab, by the way. Oh, and it got the crit. What a way to start the fight. We get the thing. We gain a white line claw resource from the deck here. We get a wound on him, of course. -1 movement. He can't do grab anymore. Ignore the effects of grab. What a thing to get rid of in the first round. Hell yeah. And then we're not even done. 4. Okay, so that's just a wound. Oh no, that's not how that works. This one here. Whew, that felt good. Alright, and we wounded the shield. We have wounded with the sword. We are trying to wound with a Soga, but that won't be this round. You will come up here, Troy. You're not allowed to attack from the blind spot, but you could reach the side there, so go for that. Butcher's Cleaver hitting on 3s. Only 1 hit. Okay, well. 8 is not a crit, but there's a position. No, there's no automatic crit for his thing. Unfortunately, it's just a wound, and that's fine. It has to be a location like this one here, persistent injury. Then he gets the automatic crit. And it has not yet triggered a single time on that axe, so that's kind of disappointing. But one day, one fateful day, it'll happen. I will surge with Atreyu here and attack again. 2 is not enough to keep the survival, but he's going to surge, attacking in the blind spot, hitting on 2s. Oh, they're knocking all over the place. So 1 hit only. And another persistent injury, of course, now that Troy is not attacking. And it's a crit though. Damn, man. You hack off the monster's hand. Spend 1 survival to treasure this moment and gain 1 permanent strength. Yeah, hell yeah. 1 permanent strength. Don't mind if I do. And it lost a hand which triggers, which affects some AI cards. I'll take it, and a wound. Yeah, having this Lucky Charm, Virus Flower, Deadly Sword combo, it's so good. No regrets. We will surge also with Troy and attack again. That is a 10, a 5. Oh, and there's a persistent injury location here. Very good. He is wounding on 2s, so it should be fairly safe to do this one over here. And we got the wound. So what does it say? When an axe master wounds a monster with an axe at a location with a persistent injury, that wound becomes a critical wound. Indeed. So it is a critical wound. Period. And this one does what? The blow wallops the white lion's head, causing shockwaves of blinding pain. Whenever the white lion draws AI, roll 1d10. If the result is 1 or 2, discard the card and ends the monster's turn. Nice. And then he may still attempt to wound the other location. So now we're dominating it. It's so hard, but this is pretty lucky, of course. Oh, we failed. Oh, he may re-roll that. Because of the axe specialization, but he failed it again on a 1. Okay, so double 1 means that fool moves forward in a straight line. Cancel all hits now out of range, and his survivors passed over suffer grab. But it won't be grabbed. He'll just move up here. There'll be a collision here, knocking Grandpa Bourgeoisie down, but he's already knocked down. He'll come up there. And then I think we will end our turn there. I have not set up our action system, but I think we did it right. In fact, Borjosi was going to move first, so the fact that I never moved him means his turn is already spent doing nothing. Yeah. Now it is going to draw an AI. Yeah, we draw the AI card, flip it over, then roll 1d10. Oh, oh, so lucky. All right, it's just a claw, but it gets discarded without effect, and then I don't think it does cunning either, because you end the turn immediately here. Nice. All right. Poor lion. Now I'm starting to think that we could have done a level 3 lion. Yeah. Anyway, Ahsoka will now dash and attempt. No. Okay, so Borjosi gets to stand up for free here in his next turn. So, and he has to go first. But I think he will move up here and block. Put a token there, something like that. I needed to do a proper block marker of some kind. But basically he's moving the block action, spend action to ignore a hit next time you are attacked. So he will try to gain the targeting somehow and then retaliate or block the attack. So dash, move in, and a hit normally means you get to hit with your this is Fist and Tooth for Ahsoka. That's kind of her deal. Fist and Tooth hitting on 7s normally. Damn. Oh, there's a negative accuracy token here. Yeah. So hitting on 6s here because of the blind spot. 2 misses. All right, then we will surge. There's 2 hits. Good. And we do the trap. God damn it. The attacker is caught in the White Lion's ruse and is savagely mauled. The attacker is doomed. Perform basic action targeting the attacker. Alright, anything to note? She's doomed, so no blocking. No body armor, so it is kind of scary, but there is a Dryad Acanthus. Okay. It is 3 dice. Hitting on... She's got 3 evade, so 5s. Only 1 hit. Another lucky roll. In body, though. Oh. No, 2 damage precisely, so knocked down. But no injury. Whew. Great, and we have the Dryad Acanthus to get that back if we need to. That was Green's turn. Okay. We're not about to finish the fight. We do want Ahsoka to wound with the Fist and Tooth. It's really important, but until... For now, oh no, we can make the formation. Let's make the formation and make her stand back up. And nothing else happens with the trap. There. Try to recover the survival here, and he did. She stands up. And then he may also rawhide headband, because he didn't spend his action. Alert or lick wounds. Oh. If the monster has no wounds in the wound stack, discard lick wounds and draw AI. Otherwise, full move the lion straight away from all survivors, turn to face the closest survivor and heal 1. And return it to the top of the deck. Or alert. When a survivor moves into a space within the zone of death, stop their movement and they gain the priority target token. Discard alert and perform basic action. Oh, okay. When the monster is knocked down, discard alert. Huh. Yeah, we will put the... Oh, we will let it heal, because then we have more opportunities to do critical wounds and farm stuff. In fact, we can let it do that for a while, if we wanted it to heal back 6 health. Is that worth it? And then I can run around and pick up some acanthus. Let's try to farm some resources of this white lion. Well, first of all, it's going to draw the lick wounds. And then it's going to roll to see if it gets to use the lick wounds. It does. Okay. So then it will do the thing directly away from all survivors. And we can choose, doesn't really matter, this way. turn to face, and then it will shuffle this, grab one, put it at the bottom, like that, and put this on top of the deck, like that. Did I forget anything here? No. All right, and then we will spend some time farming resources. Come down this way and hide in the tall grass, I guess. Now, Grandpa Bojoisi is by far the best farmer here. We got the sickle and pickaxe on that person. So let's dash to get here and then move here and pick up the acanthus. So rolling 2 dice. Gaining a fresh acanthus. There's only 4 on the board, so we can only gain the 4 that are in the deck. Yeah, should be fine to just put them here. Or copy them, I mean, to make things a little bit quicker. Then the white lion will go. Draw the thing, see if it gets to lick its wounds. It does. It's gonna full move away. I'm not sure how smart this is. Now that I think about it. It's gonna get to heal to full. But of course we've got the persistent injuries on it, which is gonna make it hard for it to fight for the rest of the combat. We're basically fighting a weakened white lion, and then we can get the thing, and we can try to critically injure it more for more resources. I'm gonna do it. Bourgeoisie will farm the rest of the stuff anyway. Here, our turn. We get a fresh acanthus. Delete that. The white lion will go. At this point, it will, I think, run here because it has to run somewhere, and this is as directly away, quote unquote, as it can, since it's running into a board edge. But then the next time it'll just run up here. It'll draw the... Oh, well, it has to draw the thing first and try to roll to even use it. It doesn't. Okay, so it doesn't move from the corner. And then it loses the turn and lick wounds. Okay. So it broke its own healing, only healing twice. That was kind of lucky then. So then this was the right play. Grandpa Bourgeoisie will heal. Or not heal, but gather. He gets 8. 10 effectively, so another fresh acanthus. And then the lion will go. Rolling to see if it keeps the card. It does. So now it's alert. And then, yeah, now we will be targeted by a basic attack if we moved into its zone, but we're not going to move closer. We're just going to move up here. Here. 2d10. Gain the Thresh Acanthus. And then we've gained all we could. So now we're going to kill it. But we end our turn there. We could do the Rawhide Headband. Why not? Yeah, let's do the Rawhide Headband here real quick. Bloodthirsty, what is this? When this comes into play, draw AI. When a survivor suffers damage for any reason, place 1 token on Bloodthirsty. At the start of each turn, if the Bloodthirsty has 3+ tokens, remove all tokens and perform basic attacks. So it's another mood. Okay, I will put that at the second spot and then put this Power Sword on top. Yeah, because it's not going to be able to get in range anyway. Then it will draw the AI card. Roll 1d10. It gets to do the thing. Pick target. Closest third facing in range. That would be Atreyu. Move as close as it can. End turn. Then we will move Grandpa up here. We will do Rawhide Headband. Revenge. Last survivor to wound in range. That would be... I think it was Atreyu with the Beast Temple thing. No, that was Troy. So it would be Troy targeted. Not that it matters, it wouldn't be able to get in range. The point being, we don't want it to do Bloodthirsty, so Bloodthirsty goes second here. Then it will draw that thing. We roll the die for it. Does not get to do the thing. So it ends its turn. Okay, we hold our ground, do rawhide headband. Yeah, and vicious claw will go on top. The lion will do its thing. Okay, so random survivor in range. Oh. Oh, then it will sniff. Oh. What does that do? White lion sniffs the air and ends its turn. Until the end of the next turn, all survivors are now threats, despite any effects that say otherwise. When a level 3+ white lion sniffs, it gains an accuracy token. Right. Alright, so that's only for the level 3 one that we have to worry about it sniffing. That becomes a bad thing when it's a level 3 or higher. Okay, fair enough. So once again, we do rawhide headband. Ground fighting. Oh no, not this thing. Shit, so then it's gonna stop moving. The monster flops onto its side, waiting for attackers to draw near. While ground fighters in play do not draw AI, when a survivor spends action in the zone of death before resolving the action, the monster performs a basic action with +2 speed and +1 damage targeting the survivor. When the white lion is wounded, discard ground fighting. Oh, that might be worse than bloodthirsty. But both of those are bad. On this one draws another AI immediately, so it would do the ground fighting anyway. Okay, and that is on our turn. So let's just assume here that we always do the rawhide headband first, but Grandpa Bourgeoisie would need to say, I'm not spending my turn first, and then we would do the blue one. Now we can move in, and we would need to move in here. So who can best tank a hit? I would go with Troy. So Troy is now engaging. Could Atreyu reach it? Oh yeah, no, but it's going to interrupt anyway with the alert. In this zone of death, 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as soon as we move 1, 2, 3, 4, now the lion will come charging at us here and interrupt with a stop their movement. They gain the priority target token, discard alert, and perform basic action. And it would target him then. Yep. Close the survivor in field of view. Oh, could we dodge out of that? 1, 2, 3. I mean, dash out of that. We could dash out of that if we wanted. As it's starting the basic action, it picks Troy. Then we dash. Oh, but then he won't be able to attack with his thing. No, we'll take the hit. It's fine. Put it here. Speed 3. By the way, this is not blue, this is white. Because white has the rawhide headband. So it hits on 2 plus 3 5s. And so only 1 hit. Nice. Again, a lucky one. And on the waist, we do not have a lot of armor, so we will dodge. Okay. I'm assuming that Troy still gets... He had to stop his movement, and then he interrupted and did his thing, but he's not done with his turn as such. So he will punch with his Butcher's Cleaver. Yeah, because it didn't say stop and end his turn, right? So I would say that this is fine. Here, try to get a wound in. We know we want to wound it here to get rid of some of those cards that are at the top. That was those moods. Indeed, we got rid of the Bloodthirsty, I think. Didn't get the critical and we didn't fail. Good. That was blue acting. And green will go. And try to wound. Rolling 2 dice with Fist and Tooth. Hitting on 7s. No hit. Okay, we can surge with Troy. Getting 1 hit. And 9 is not a crit. If we wound, if the attacker has 3+ understanding, we gain 1 survival. We do have that, so we gain 1 survival. And we wounded it. Very important to get rid of those moods. I will still search with Ahsoka. Try to get the wound here. There's a 6 that's not enough to hit. So that concludes our turn. It. The lion's turn. It will attempt to get a turn. It gets to do a turn. It has a terrifying roar. All non-death survivors, that is everyone, intimidate all targets. And do we have any stalwart people? Explore? No. Prepared? And no. Yeah, no stalwart people. So 1d10 for everyone, I think. On a 2+. And is higher than the target's courage. Target suffers 1 brain damage and per monster level and knockback 6. So courage is 4 here. Did not get it. Good for him because he can't suffer brain damage. Then he would get traumas, which might be a good thing, but it could also kill him. Courage here is pretty high. Oh, not 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so this is definitely a hit. On Troy, 2 brain damage and knockback 6. He's got 7 movement, so here. Here it would have to be a 1. It is not a 1, so 2 brain damage down to 0. And knockback 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Has green been knocked down this fight? I don't think so. So they still have their rhythm chaser thing there. I'm forgetting about stuff like Abyssal Sadist and stuff. But everything's fine. That was the lion's turn. Then it will do cunning. It cannot grab, but it will move directly away from all threats over here. So white will move. Yeah, go here and use Rawhide Headband. Oh, hold on. Borjoisi would have to move first. So Borjoisi moves up there. Does anything? Screaming Horns, I guess. An Insanity there, and these 2 guys may move 1 further square this turn. And then we were doing Rawhide Headband. The healing is still in the deck somewhere. Claw and Size Up. Claw is not as bad, I think. And we're not getting to it this turn, so it will do the Claw. Okay, there was supposed to be the Claw on top, my bad. Here, on its turn. Or we would move people, so move here and move there, obviously, to make the formation. Then Claw. Closest threat facing in range. Oh, so that is in range, unfortunately. I did not expect to be in range here. It needs to roll to see if it gets a turn. It does. Alright. Then move and attack target. We could dash out of range with Ahsoka to not be hit, but we block 1 hit. I think we'll take it. How does the blocking thing work? The first hit from a monster's attack. Okay. Speed 3. Come on. Oh, that is some hits. Evade 3, so 3 hits. So that's 2 hits. So the blocking formation, 2 hits. We need to dodge the one on the body. And then we get hit in the legs for 2. But everything is fine. Then that is the end of our turn. It will move away with its cunning, but not grab anyone. Great. All right. Now we would like to hurt it. So, Ahsoka, come up here and try to do your thing this time, please. Getting one hit because of the flanking. Blind spot. She drew the trap again. Out of 18. That's really bad for her. She might die here. Well, probably not, but still bad. Basic action, target the attacker, can't dodge. She could die. It's a fair thing. Only one hit, so... Legs, okay. That, oh, you would have been knocked down already, so the evasion token would have been gone. Yeah, and you get knocked down from that. The trap. I didn't move red first, so red is wasting its turn. That is my bad. Then we will encourage her to stand back up. And not gain the survival back. Then she will surge to attack again, trying to get that wound. Oh, okay, that's definitely a hit. Oh, I'm not sure if I shuffled. There. Alright, we have choices. The ding dong. Oh, here we can gain the lion testes. That's exactly what we need. Let's go for that one first. Yeah. Oh, we didn't get it. Okay, but we do get a wound. Yeah, she gets plus 1d10 on top of that. So I could roll that after and it's fine. One wound, and that means that she has now triggered her thing, and now we can not care about that so much anymore and just try to murder the thing. Alright, good stuff. And then we will, of course, try to wound on the next location too. Getting plus 1d10 on this if needed. Yeah. 8. Okay, so that is a wound. And right, because of acid palms. Nothing else to note. Nope. One wound. So it was not a failure, and we move on. That was green, so now we just want to kill it, and we want to get as many crits in as possible. So Atreyu will go and try to hit it in the backside. Let's get white token over here. And hitting on 2s. There are resources to gain on this one here. And the knockdown. Very good. That is not a resource, my bad. This is just a wound. Yeah. And here. That is a critical wound. Giving it a -1 movement token. Okay. And a wound. I'm still tempted to let it heal up if we find the lick again. But Troy will go to wounded. Yeah, we gotta do it like that. Okay. Troy with the attack. Butcher's Cleaver hitting on 3s. Gave me some resources. Here's a resource. 2 is still a wound. Oh, that's not how that works. This one goes there. And over here. 1 is a reroll. Don't roll a 1 again. 5 is a wound. Alright, it's got 1 card left in this deck here. But we have spent all of our actions. We could surge with white to try to get more crits in. That is 2 hits. No resources to gain. Sad business. We will go for this one over here. Not a crit, just a wound. A crit, -1 accuracy token. And a wound. So that is the final card, which means it has 1 HP remaining. Do we let it take a turn? Who would it target? Close survivor in field of range. There are none in field of view. Then close survivor in range. We can choose. And we can choose... We can even set up the block formation, I think. Yeah, dash. And dash with blue. Getting us the block formation. And then we can let white be targeted here. So we want to choose Atreyu as the target for the basic action. It would draw AI theoretically, so it might even lose its turn here. It does, so it doesn't even turn around. There we go. And then Atreyu will attempt to harvest a resource off of it from the backside here, hitting on 2s. Getting 2 hits. A resource? No. Nothing. Oh, here's a white lion resource attempt. Good. On a 7, we get a resource. Come on. Oh, we did it. Nice. And then it's dead. Ooh, and a white fur. Very important. Good stuff. All right, so this was fairly easy. We are choosing to dominate a level 2 instead of struggling and maybe losing people against the level 3 monster. And I think until we get the final set pieces like built, I think this is the strategy. At least one more set piece, right? So we might do another level 2 line if we don't get the lion testes and another white fur here. We're getting 6 white lion resources, but first, Aftermath 200 XP. Bourgeoisie hits the second age milestone. Nine is a permanent strength. 2 for Ahsoka, same story. 8 is a permanent strength, okay. Not what we need. Strength is probably my least favorite stat to just keep adding on. But it is the most common one, I think, for the same reason. It's not like the most powerful. 2 here and 2 there. Then back. We gain 1 weapon proficiency level. No, 2 weapon proficiency levels because of the community edition. So, there for the shield. Here for the fist and tooth, finally leveling that up. Or not finally. Oh, I deleted her fist and tooth card. Whoops. What does that do? Even know. I think it's a good one as far as I recall. This is why we started on it. Fist and tooth. And getting mastery means that everyone, of course, would be able to use it even if they don't have another weapon. They can always just use the fist and tooth. You may stand, if knocked down, at the start of monster's turn or the survivor's turn. Limit once per round. Well, that is really nice. And in fact, imagine having the mastery on this one. Everyone would just be able to do that all the time. That is so good. We should have done that from game day 1. So that's probably like a real strategy that people use, and that's something I wanted to get into. That was Ahsoka weapon proficiency, and then, oh, we almost got sword mastery. I said almost, not quite. There. Yeah, one more, then we get the mastery with Atreyu. Very cool. Back. No. Lion. So many lion things. Here, white lion. Okay. 4 basic resources and 8 white lion resources. I reset that. I don't think we pulled anything from it yet. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That does not make sense. That should not be 9. That should be 10. So what did we not get? We did not get another white lion resource. We need the testes here. We did not get the testes. So we will need to kill another lion. Unfortunate. And maybe next time we can do a level 3. I have a bad feeling about it, but we are really powerful compared to it. It also depends on what characters we have available to go on a mission. Because this was some strong characters. Not even the strongest. I mean, we have Troy, and then everyone else is like mid-tier comparatively. Also, looking at our hunt XP, we are going to start retiring people at some point. And so I need to add more survivors somehow, but I'm scared to do intimacy. But anyway, we do not care about, we don't have the saga. All right, so that's the end of that. Then we gain Endeavor. I don't believe we have any Tinkers, no. So we get 4 Endeavor. Then, timeline. First we draw a settlement card, yes. Or we heal and reset here, in case that matters. Settlement event. Oh, always give it a shovel. There. Heat wave. It is impossibly hot. Any returning survivor with heavy or fur gear have a heat stroke and may not depart this lantern year. Heavy or fur? I don't believe this is considered fur. No. Over here, is this heavy? No, and not fur either. Fur. So skip hunt. Heavy. Skip hunt. And I believe this over here is first, surely. Yeah, so skip hunt. Meaning everyone now has to skip hunt of these 4. That's the first time we see that. Then lingering effects. The heat wave prevents science and education endeavors. Oh, that's nasty. If you depart with heavy gear in your grid set, it sets survivors to 0 after applying all bonuses. Oof. If we have cooking, we can make a superheated beverage, but we do not have cooking. We can try to find fluid. Or we can breathe fumes. In a random disorder intimacy. Extra sense fighting art. Breathe fumes there seems like a decent one. Don't tell your kids. White Lion, then Silver City is the next thing here. Yeah, let's see what that's all about. Never heard of that. So, coming back, we experienced the Silver City. Look at that little kid. Oh, that's so nice, so cute. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to him. Once, there was a boy that loved his mother, and when she fell ill, he stayed at her bedside every night, entranced by her tall tales of a silver god living alone in an ancient city buried deep underground. Sip of water. Nominate a male survivor with less than 3 hunt XP. I don't know if we have one. Oh, we have 4 prefect. Okay. That would probably be the only one. Oh, A and B too. Okay. That feels like a mistake. I'm not sure. Have you really not been on more missions? I will go with Fort Prefect. When the elders were not watching, he would steal into the darkness in search of the lost Silver City. The boy knew that if he found the silver god from his mother's stories, he would tell him how to make her better so she could hunt once again. He goes out exploring. One day, the boy saw a silver lantern flying through the air. That's a lantern? Huh. A living lantern, then. I thought it was like literal lanterns like this one here, but he just means a light, I guess. He chased it deep into the darkness. The lantern vanished into a crack, and the boy followed it. Oh, don't do crack. When he finally emerged, he saw it. Spread out before him were the ruins of a strange city. The walls and floors were covered in strange silver writing that his lantern light reflected off of. The silver god must be close, he thought, and ran home excitedly to tell his mother. Sadly, she passed away while he was gone. No one believed his story about the strange city of the silver god. The nominated survivor gains the stark raving disorder. You may now hunt the lion god. Added to the list of quarries in the settlement record sheet. Yay, that's exactly what I was hoping for. Lion god. That doesn't sound scary at all. I wonder if it has testes. I might look that up, because then we could do it. And he gains the stark raving. I think we already have that with someone. Yep. And then that's actually a positive one. All of these will have to go back to the settlement. That. 4 prefect will be spawned. And gain the stark raving thing. Alright. That didn't punish us. That was nice. Then the Gorm climate might. Yes. So we have to delete the entire settlement storage or a settlement innovation. Sad business, isn't it? So, I don't know. I will delete the Dark Water Research. We get that one again for free if we defeat the Slender Man. So like that. That's what it does. All resources in the settlement storage are lost. You may avoid this by dismantling an innovation, return it to the innovation deck to create a protective barrier. We did that. Okay. Yeah, such is life. Alright, but that concludes that. So we will then... I will quickly lay out the resources and then we will do the innovation for the year. Oh, so much strength acanthus. Nice. Great cat bones, another claw. An organ. There's a hide. Great cat bone again. White fur. Scrap. Organ. Hide. Oh. Bone. And that's it. Okay, so a bone. And a hide. And an organ. All make an innovation together with an endeavor. For this deck, give us something good. Man, we are not lucky with this. God damn it. We've seen the partnership so many times. Same with the Petal Spiral and the Shrine we saw last time, and I'm not keen on it. It's not bad, but we will take this Itunitas because it gives us one more survival limit. Elixir of Heavy Metals. Returning survivors suffer -1 permanent invasion, or Elixir of Wholeness. Returning of 1 broken severe injury. Oh. Yeah, that's nice, but it's really for the survival limit then, if anything. Sure. And then we add these Trinitas consequences. It's the final Gormiz's thing, I think. See, Trinitas. Rubedo. Which you can gain the hemophobia, or you can gain courage, or you can invert their attribute modifiers. Positive modifiers become negative and vice versa. Maybe that's good if you have like a really bad character. But there's so many innovations that we need that we are just not rolling. That's so unfortunate. There's only 15 in this deck, you know. It shouldn't be that hard when we pull forward, and I've been trying for like this many years to get the thing that gets rid of the Gorm climate, and we have not gotten it. So it's kind of insane. It's not that many years because some of the innovations are from other things, but you know what I mean. It's just frustrating. Anyway, I think that is the end of this episode, folks. So as always, I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. I will cut it off here. Thank you again, and see you around. Bye-bye.